But I'm glad to have Zoe Schumm. Please come. Give her a round of applause as she comes. Good morning.
Good
Step
morning.
right up there.
Thank you.
Zoe, and you started for, what is it called? For Humanity?
For All Humanity.
For All Humanity. What's For All Humanity?
For All Humanity is a fair trade women's apparel line. And for those of you that don't know what fair trade is, the basic idea behind it is that you protect your employees, so that you make sure that you give them a fair wage for their work, that you don't overwork them, and that also you give them good working conditions to work inside of.
And so how does that spin into being an entrepreneur?
So we started For All Humanity. My husband and I, he's right over there, and we started this about 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
And the basic idea was that we wanted to use the gifts that God gave us to help those around us. And that's something that we both felt strongly about. My background is in apparel design. That's what I went to school for. And so being able to use my gifts in design to help those around the world who need the most help is something that just kind of came out of a natural desire, to help those.
So it not only helps here in the U.S., it helps with the foreign countries where they have a lot sweatshops and things.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that's a bad thing, because we spend thousands and thousands of dollars, actually about 400% markup in apparel. And they're paying people, in some cases, 50 cents an hour to sew some of the things.
Yeah.
And so how do you get involved in helping to bring parity to that industry?
Well, we look for groups. Right now we are working specifically with a family in Guatemala, and he is an excellent sewer, but he doesn't have consistent work. So he'll do work for shops for tourists, but he doesn't have consistent work. He has a wife, 2 daughters, and a son, and he's getting about $1 a day right now.
Wow.
For work that is just really amazing. And so we formed a relationship with him, talked to him, got an understanding of his skill set, and from there we start to work with him, and we say, okay, his name is Gaspar, and so we work with Gaspar, and he is now making skirts and dresses for us, and we are paying him about $6 to $7 a dress, which is 3 times what he would have made doing it otherwise. And this is just, for him to be able to do this is amazing. We also helped him buy a new sewing machine, and this is something that we didn't know going in.
Right.
He just had to fix his old machine, and he had to put it on credit, and he was praying that something would happen so that he could, pay that off.
Wow.
And so for us to come in was a really big blessing for him, and something that definitely an answer to his prayers.
Well, that is fantastic. Give the Lord praise for what they're doing. So, as our last question, what's the biggest thing that you've gained out of helping and putting this kind of action together? And it's really kind of like a ministry.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think the biggest thing I've learned is that I say that I don't know everything.
Right.
We live in a broken world, and I think that as Americans, we think that we have it all together. We know because we aren't in a developing country. But we were blessed to be born here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing on us that says that we are great or good. We were blessed to be born here. And when you work with people in developing countries, you realize that you're no different. You're not smarter, you're not better. I mean we're all the same.
That's right.
And I think that's the biggest takeaway is that we learn from each other, and together we make a better unit.
Fantastic. Thank you, Zoe.
Thank you for having me.
God bless you. Give it a lot of praise for Zoe Schumm.